Welcome back to Marketing Matters with Dan and Ash, the show that encourages you to take a deeper look into your marketing. Today, we're talking about crop and bleed, Dan. So, two terms that we use quite a bit within our world, sending things to print and all that good stuff. So, give us maybe a real quick overview of what they are.
Yeah, they're two things that are really important that no one ever really thinks about if they're, say, designing their own artwork for print and things like that. So your crop and your bleed. So first of all, the bleed is a really important part. So say you're designing a flyer or a business card. You'll design it to the size. So if it's a business card, 85 by 55. So you design to your kind of artboard on that size. So you might be doing it on a Canva document or something similar. Now that's fine, but it goes to print, and say the printer is like a couple of mil or off or something, because there are tolerance levels when it comes to printing, and not everything is exactly, even though it's machines doing it, and who knows, with AI getting better every day, maybe it will.
Could get there. We could
get there. But there's basically always a kind of a risk that you might just have a little bit kind of white maybe on the side where the it shifted just a touch. And then the cutting as well. So the way the printing process actually works is you print for the size of your item, the size of your card, flyer, with an extra 3 mil on every side gets printed. And then what happens is we chop 3 millimeters off.
Mm-hmm.
And by doing that, it's, that exceeds the tolerance levels of quality control and things like that. So you always make sure that you're getting your artwork and colors, backgrounds bled right to the edge.
You eliminate the risk of anything being cut off.
Absolutely,
don't you?
Yeah.
We'll talk, and we do get quite a lot of artwork through. It's through no fault of anyone in particular. It's just people aren't too aware of what bleed is, why it's so important to print. So it'll be, oh look, it's not got crop and bleed on it, and you can send it to print without them, but you do run the risk of things being cut off.
There's just a big risk
because it will.
Some printers may even blow up your artwork to be the size it needs to be. So you're running the even further risk, because you've not allowed for that extra little bit. And it's right. I remember when I first started working in industry, coming out of uni and things, and I didn't have a clue about any of it. It's kind of stuff that you learn when you're on the job, and
100%.
You then think, oh God,
this is important. This is actually, wow, I should really.
And it becomes second nature to you, and then you keep having to kind of have those same conversations. But yeah, the crop is basically the little marks. So there's a couple of little just directional points really of where the guillotine will chop.
Yeah, 2 in each corner. It just indicates where effectively it will be, as you say, chopped down. So it might look a little bit weird if someone gets a PDF from us or their printer or whatever.
Yeah, they'll sometimes say,
think, what are these?
I don't like that white border and those lines. What are they for? No. That's fine.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
And it's the same when we send things with Spot UV, isn't it? When there's we've got the yellow.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's always a fun one to try and explain. It's like, it's actually the varnish.
Why have we made the logo yellow? No.
Don't
panic.
Yeah, no need to panic. It is all good. But no, they are. I say they're quite fundamental, really, for print. Because, I say, it's just indicating to the printer, one, where it's going to effectively crop, i.e. the crop marks, and the bleed is just, as I say, it's to eliminate the risk of things being cut off. So we'll a lot of time we'll add 3 millimeters of bleed. Some places will add 5, depending on how big,
larger
really,
format. Yeah,
but
you start doing banners and things, they want a bit more.
Exactly. Sometimes it can go up to. Even got some 10, I think.
I've sent times, with 10 mil bleed before, yeah.
It's just, with that, it's more from our perspective. We try and, it's eliminating the risk. It's so important. It's just trying to.
Well, exactly, because like we say, if you don't have that, then you've got text that's quite close to the edge, and then there's obviously quiet zones that you need to factor in. You just run the risk of getting a bit of print back that you look at and say, oh, why is it chopped off half my logo at the bottom there? Or why is the text like
right near the
really
edge.
close? Oh, that doesn't look great. And so yeah, we work with margins and things like that. Yeah, the quiet zone, for example, is just basically an area where you don't put any text or imagery that needs to be seen, or the edge of it needs to be within the boundaries. You might bleed images off. That's fine. That can go into the quiet zone.
Yeah.
But yeah, your text especially. Yeah. Just keep it within those margins.
Bro.
And if you're stuck and don't know what to do with it, just ask anyone, any kind of person working in the print industry. You can get templates.
They'd
be happy to send you and things like that.
Yeah,
so
we've got plenty of we've got plenty of them, and say it's never a question. It's not a bad question to ask.
It's a good question.
It's a good question because we, as much as they want, the customer want things to be right. We don't want anything cut off. You don't want your text to be just that very close to the edge, because it can impact. You want to be proud of what you give out. If it's a business
absolutely
card,
especially now, like we talked about Canva before, haven't we? But the rise of the solutions platforms and AI as well, that is getting better every day, to be able to produce these publications for print for you, or you're doing it on Canva. It's just important to have that kind of background knowledge of what the printers are going to need to ensure that you've got a great high quality product in front of you when it gets delivered, that you think, this looks great.
Yeah, brill. Well, nice and quick episode there from us. Hopefully, say you got any questions on crop and bleed, or a bit unsure about any artwork that you're sending to print, just be happy to, we're happy to answer any questions, and I'm sure, say, wherever you're printing them will be as well. So don't forget, drop a like, subscribe, all that sort of good stuff. All that sort of, whatever.
You're still going with this, aren't you?
Well, you've got to do it. It's all this call to action stuff. We talk about calls to action.
Yeah,
drop
true.
A like,
true,
subscribe.
True.
Give us any feedback on any of our previous episodes as well. It'd be great to have a chat about that. So yeah, we'll see you again for another one in a few weeks.
No.